What's going on, traders? Welcome to this week's Forex forecast. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to check out the Patreon or the YouTube membership for my daily chart analysis. I hope to see you there. Alright, starting off with the US dollar. The past week the banks added 2,500 longs and they added 2,000 short positions. And the reason that the dollar sold off on Friday, in my opinion, is because we're at this weekly / monthly area of supply. I've been talking about that for quite a while, and we're also reacting off of this. It's tested, but it is daily supply. But I am kind of expecting it to break that if we do get a push up. But if not, we could be headed down from here. Just looking at the dollar charts on kind of the higher time frames, not going to bother going down to the lower time frames. But right now we're clearly, it's not a great time to be buying the dollar. But if there are pairs that are looking good, then take the trade. In my opinion, it's fine. But that's why we're seeing such wonky price action on the US dollar and the dollar pairs. Alright, on to EURUSD. The past week the banks added 13,700 longs and they added 17,892 short positions. That's as price obviously is the opposite of the US dollar index. We're in monthly / weekly area of demand, and if you actually come to the 4-hour chart, there is a little setup here that I'm pretty interested in. I am thinking about taking this 4-hour zone as 4-hour confirmation and weekly area of demand. The only thing that makes me concerned is looking at this daily chart here. We have not had a break of this momentum yet. I would prefer to see something like that to break this downward momentum. It'd be a little bit higher odds, but in my opinion, it might be worth taking a stab at that. If you're a day trader and you want to trade the EURUSD, you basically have two zones to look at on the 4-hour chart. You can basically come down here, the same zone I'm looking at. You can look for 15-minute confirmation to the upside. Or, if price comes up here to this 4-hour area of supply, you could look for 15-minute confirmation to the downside. In my opinion, this 4-hour supply is lower odds than looking for buys, just kind of based on the fact that weekly and monthly demand are in control now down here. So with that being said, it's most likely that we will see push higher, and that's why I'm more interested in going long than going short. If that doesn't happen, if price doesn't pull back to that 4-hour area of supply, I will look again on the 4-hour, but then I'll be waiting for that to be removed like that on the daily chart, and that'll be just a little bit of a safer entry. Alright, looking at the Aussie dollar, the past week the banks got rid of 420 longs and they added 7,600 short positions. And looking at the weekly chart here, there is so much profit margin here. It's just looking great. If you do get in short, I would target basically 0.72 would be my target for getting in short. And then actually looking for longs down here in the weekly chart would be great, but we'll get to that when price does get down to there. Looking at the daily charts, not great. We're still at this daily demand, so if I do want to get in short, I think it'd be safe to wait for this demand to be removed, and then you can look for trades on the lower time frames, like on a 4-hour chart. If you're a day trader, you basically had two setups here the past week. That's why being a Patreon member or YouTube member, you can get all my chart analysis. You can look for confirmation in these zones that I will draw for you. So there's basically two times here where you could have had 15-minute confirmation trade up here, and you could have targeted down there. And then you could have looked for 15-minute confirmation right in this 4-hour area of supply, and then you could have targeted opposing supply. So lots of profit margin here. But if you're still looking for day trades now, I really do not see anything of quality to be looking for. If you want to get in short, I'm going to be waiting for this 4-hour area of supply to be removed, and then I might look for a potential short to the downside. And like I said, I would target 0.72. Alright, looking at the British pound, GBPUSD, the past week the institutions added 1,630 longs and they actually got rid of 5,500 short positions. And real quick, if you guys are enjoying this video and you find that it does help with your trading, just hit that like button. It's all I ask. It's be much appreciated. It helps support the channel and it helps me going with these live streams and these weekly Forex forecasts. So be much appreciated if you could hit that like button, and if you're new, don't forget to hit subscribe for more videos. With that being said, looking at the pound, Looking at the daily chart, I was kind of waiting for this daily demand to be hit. Never really hit, so I'm not sure, if I want to be looking for longs just yet. I would like to see a push down for daily demand to actually be contacted and then see that push up. We have very clear profit margin to this daily area of supply at 1.40558. That's where I'd be taking profit if I was getting in long. But I'm just not seeing any good confirmation yet. What I'm going to be looking for confirmation is for this trend line to be removed. It looks like it's going to be removed. I definitely will not be taking this demand zone down here 100%. I'd much rather see price break above that, and then maybe you could get in long, but at that point your profit margin is kind of getting worse. So it's kind of a tricky situation on the British pound right now. Ultimately, I'm only going to wait for a quality a quality setup, for something to happen. I did notice there's this little 1 hour area of demand right here. We could see something like this. It's definitely a decent little spot. So if you're a day trader, maybe look inside this 1 hour area of demand for 5-minute confirmation. I think that would be completely fine. All right, on to USDJPY. The past week, the institutions added 11,742 longs, and they added 6,200 short positions. And that says price is right at this daily area of supply again. That's been reacting off it many, many times. So I talked about how I wouldn't really be shorting up here, but clearly it's been working out, but I still would not be shorting in here. This is just one pair I just haven't been looking at because I'm not interested in trading this whatsoever. I don't see any clear buying opportunities or shorting opportunities, at least on these higher time frames. I will go down to the lower time frames for you day traders right now. But just with that being said, I'd be very careful trading this pair. It's very choppy right now on the higher time frames. With that being said, we'll look at the 4 hour for you day traders out there. As far as demand goes, there's nothing fresh in here at all. This is all tested. Basically broke through as well, so I would not be looking for longs in here. But if you're a day trader, you could technically look for a little setup, maybe a 1-to-1, 2-to-1 in there. I think that'd be fine. If price pushes up to this 4 hour area of supply at 110.383, you can look for 15-minute confirmation in there to the downside, and you would have also pretty clear profit margin to the downside as well. So that's what I'm seeing for day trades on the 4 hour. Same thing on the 1 hour too. There's a little 1 hour supply zone here, but it's basically that 4 hour zone. It'd be better if you just waited for that 4 hour zone to be hit to look for a little day trade. All right, on to USDCAD. The past week, the banks added 376 longs and they got rid of 619 shorts, so not too much data to go off of there. On the call report, the daily chart's still in a weird spot. It's basically, in the middle of demand and supply, so I'm not super interested in trading this one, but I was actually looking at this 4 hour area of supply for confirmation on a 15-minute chart. But if you look at the 15-minute here, it's kind of just really, really wonky. There is kind of a little setup right here, but I don't really like it anymore. So I didn't place an order there. I decided to stay away. Whenever price action is like this, I like to just stay away. I think it's just the best bet. But we could very well see the US dollar fall from this 4 hour area of supply. So if you want to day trade this pair, I really don't see much on the 4 hour at all. Like I said, you could have looked for confirmation in there, but you could have actually been stopped out a few times. But the only other thing I see is, this 4 hour demand down here. You could look for confirmation in there, but that would probably take a while for that to get down there to that price. So, on this pair right now, I'm not super eager to trade it. There could be new 4 hour areas of supply formed here, and that's a good reason to check out the Patreon or the YouTube membership, because I will be updating all the zones during the week. And then you can, get the zones along with me, and then, it'll help you look for day trades for confirmation. So definitely check that out if that sounds interesting to you. That being said, let's go to the next pair. All right, on to USDCHF. The past week, the institutions got rid of 120 longs and they added 2,015 short positions. Looking at the daily chart here, we're clearly reacting off of this daily area of supply. Again, we had one reaction off of it already, so I wouldn't be shorting up here again. I was talking about this daily area of supply for a long time, so it's nice to see that my analysis has been correct and that we are indeed seeing the reactions off of it. So technically, you can be looking for sells. It's totally fine in my opinion. If you go to the 1 hour chart, there's actually there's a couple zones in here Not a huge fan of these as set and forgets, but if you're a day trader on the 5-minute time frame, you can look for confirmation in any one of these zones. I think that would be completely fine. As far as something that I would take on a different time frame is I want to see this 4-hour demand be removed, and then I want to find the zone that removed that zone, and I probably would consider shorting that zone, or at least looking for a day trade in that 4-hour zone, because it would be quality, because it would be essentially it would be 4-hour confirmation in a daily area of supply. So that's why I'm interested if this 4-hour demand gets removed, and then price will go lower. If you're not interested in doing that, then there's another demand zone down here on the 4-hour chart at 0.90830, where you can look for 50-minute confirmation in there. I think that would be completely fine. All right, on to gold. The past week, the banks added 4,100 longs, and that's as they actually added 32,000 short positions as well. But it could be that they were just basically pushing price down so they can get in lower. We saw a very nice reaction off of this tested area of daily demand as well. If you go to the 4-hour chart, trying to find some setups for day traders, I really don't see much here at all. You could look for confirmation up here in this 4-hour area of supply on a 15-minute time frame. That would be completely fine. If you're interested in buying gold, I actually found a nice little demand zone right here on the 1-hour time frame. So what you could do is you could wait. If you want to take a day trade, you could wait for this daily or this 1-hour area of demand to be hit. You can look for 5-minute confirmation in there, and that would be completely fine in my opinion. And you could actually look for a larger risk to reward. You could basically target this opposing 1-hour area of supply up at 1794. So lots of profit margin, especially if you get in on a lower time frame. And I am somewhat considering taking this as a set and forget trade like that with a 4-to-1 risk to reward. I think it would be well worth risking my capital at this zone. And that would basically be a daily or 1-hour confirmation in daily area of demand. Just because it looks like the banks are adding to their longs a little bit again, and we are seeing price push up. So based on that, I don't mind the idea of taking this zone as a long trade, but it's a little risky just taking it kind of based on the price action gold's been having lately. But in my opinion, this 1-hour zone is basically all we have for now. All right, on to crude oil. The past week, the banks got rid of 27,000 longs and they added 2,700 short positions. And that's as prices at this weekly area of demand were reacting off of it. Again, I kind of want to wait to buy oil until this monthly demand gets hit at about 60. So basically, I want to wait until 64 to start getting in long. But if I see a setup, then I see a setup. It's completely fine to kind of change as you go along. If you do get in long, clear target up here at this daily area of supply. Maybe get out a little early at 74.850. But kind of just waiting. I could see oil come down, like I said, to 64 and then even contact this daily area of demand. I think that's completely possible. For all you day traders out there, we are in this 4-hour area of demand. That's not the best. I'm actually going to change the way I draw it like this. So you could look, you could be waiting for price to come down to this 4-hour area of demand and then see a nice push up on a 15-minute chart. So that'd be fine for confirmation. And we also are in 1-hour demand, so 5-minute confirmation is completely fine. But for me, in my opinion, I think oil might go a little lower. Like I said, I'm going to wait for 64 to be hit, and then I probably will be looking to look for long trades in oil. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching this week's Forex forecast. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well, if you don't mind. I really appreciate all the support. Let me know in the comments down below what pairs you're looking at this week, and maybe we can get in touch and you can send me a chart and let me know what you're looking at. I always like looking at charts. So with that being said, let's have a great trading week and let's make some money. Cheers.